All schools across Uganda have closed 2 weeks earlier than scheduled before Christmas as the government battles a growing Ebola outbreak. It comes after 23 children contracted the virus in Kampala, 8 of whom died. So far, there are more than 140 confirmed cases of Ebola, with 55 deaths. The BBC senior Africa correspondent Anne Soy joins us now from Nairobi. They really aren't on top of this, although the authorities are not saying it is a huge problem at the moment, but is it?
Well, they're saying that the numbers of people confirmed to have Ebola are stabilising, reducing actually, and they say that they're controlling the outbreak. However, critics are pointing out that the early closure of schools and some of the measures that they are taking could be indicative that things are not exactly going well. However, what we know at the moment is that 140 people at least have been confirmed to have been infected, but then they detected this outbreak late, at least 3 weeks late, and by that time another 22 people at least had been infected and died, and that was a setback in the response. The other setback in this response has been the fact that there are people, contacts of confirmed cases, who have been traveling without informing health workers and going to areas where the Ebola isn't there and spreading it there. And that has been a major challenge during this outbreak.
How controversial is the decision, though, to close the schools early? Because presumably a lot of these children will now be travelling from Kampala and other cities back into the countryside.
Indeed, that's actually the worry many people had, including experts, saying that they had 2 more weeks at school, at least the ones who are in boarding school. That would have given the government more time to contain the outbreak before the children can be sent out there. The parents have also been speaking out today, speaking to the BBC, saying that they are coming home. It's more difficult to control them and to control their movements at home than it was at school. About half of schools are boarding schools, and therefore they are really contained. There hasn't been any outbreak reported in any boarding school. I spoke earlier to the health minister, and she said that her biggest worry about today was how to move children who have been in the epicenter of the outbreak, safe in their boarding schools relatively, and then moving them out of these 2 districts, Mubende and Kasana, that are under lockdown, to the different places they come from across the country. And so they put in place a plan where the schools were going to transport them on buses from school to Kampala, the capital. And from there, the government had arranged to have buses that would take them to different parts of the country where they come from, to their district headquarters. And then the parents would pick them up from there. So it was to avoid their parents going into the districts under lockdown, but also avoid children who are coming from the boarding schools that have been very controlled, mingling with the people in the community that is under lockdown.
And so in Nairobi, thank you.